All right, so today I wanted to talk about this article out of the HuffPo, and it's titled Canadian Economy's K-Shaped Recovery. Low earners face insolvency while homeowners' wealth soars. Now, I'm not really going to get into the article because, again, it's HuffPo, but nonetheless, I mean, you can go check it out if you want. I mean, it's pretty long too. But again, the point still remains that this is how things have been going lately. Like, this is how things have been going. I've been warning about it since April. And again, not enough people are listening. A lot of people still aren't listening. I think the biggest problems are the people that haven't really been affected by this live in such an echo chamber and really just have absolutely no idea what it's like to not have a guaranteed income. They're not going to change their minds on thing. Again, they think that, oh, I'm a healthcare worker and my job is slightly more stressful right now, so that makes it perfectly fine that you guys, my job is slightly more uncomfortable right now, so that's perfectly fine that you don't even have a job, right? I'm a little bit more stressed out, but you are on, sorry, you are about to lose your house, right? It's very funny how people can hold these positions and not ever once think to themselves, "Hey, could I be wrong here?" Like this is one of the most astounding things about society these days too is how so many people can hold beliefs and clearly never once in their entire lives thought to themselves, "Hey, could I be wrong about this? Like, could I be the bad guy here?" It just really boggles my mind how so many people can do that. Again, say, I mean, with this whole virus situation, right? They genuinely believe that the only reason people want to go back to normal is they're selfish, right? They're selfish and they want to kill grandma, right? Again, it's absolute nonsense, right? It's absolute nonsense. And for a lot of these people, I think it's just projection. I think it's just projection. And because again, people who like to project are the people that are worst at never self-reflecting. Like they're the worst people at never self-reflecting. So I think that that's why. I think that's where that comes from. Not to mention too, these are people that work for the government, so I think that would even create more of an incentive for them to never self-reflect. So again, to me, it makes perfect sense. Do I know for sure? No, but to me, it makes perfect sense. But then on the other side, you have the people that have lost their jobs or, lost pay, lost whatever. And so many of them, they're so brainwashed by the mainstream media and by um, the government in general that they are supporting their own demise. This is like what I brought up a lot before that I know quite a few people that have been negatively affected. Some people severely negatively affected, and I won't even get into why. But yet they still support the lockdowns, right? They still support the lockdowns. It's like, I just think to myself, like, how stupid can you be? And some of these people are people that they aren't directly affected, but their direct family members are. And that's when I think to myself, it's like, hey, are you really just that ignorant, or are you really a complete a-hole? And depending on who it is, I think it's different for depending on who it is. But again, that's I think one of the biggest problems too is that you have a lot of these people that have been affected by this, but yet they still support the lockdowns, right? They still support the lockdowns. And again, like I know people that it's um, like they tell me, it's like, yeah, I can't stand these lockdowns. It's driving me crazy. Or it bothers me that it's bothering you. But yet they you try and talk to them and they turn around and it's like, oh no, they had to extend the lockdown because they're worried about the case numbers from Christmas, or they're worried about case numbers from schools. It's like, my God, are you stupid? Like, come on. Like, and this is the thing that I know I always bring this up too, but another thing that really bothers me is that a lot of these people, they're not the completely too far gone people. They're not the people that are like too far gone, but they can figure some of these things out. Like they can figure some of these things out, but they can't quite put it all together. That's I think the thing that I'm trying to point out here. But anyway, the whole point of this, I think, is that this stuff's just going to get worse because again, the government can't keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, because the government's solution to this whole situation is let's just lock down endlessly to try and fix a problem that may never go away. And even if you do think it's going to go away, their solution to fix the problem clearly has little to no effect the problem, right? The lockdowns clearly have little to no effect. Mask mandates clearly have little to no effect. Curfews, I think you have to be borderline insane to think that that does anything. So again, like, it's what I've been pointing out for a long time. Like, at the end of the day, what's going to change? I mean, what would change things is governments would actually be held accountable, but that's never going to happen considering there's no real opposition anymore. So again, the only real solution here is more people wake up, right? More people wake up. The next thing I wanted to bring up from the Washington Examiner saying CDC reports record low positive flu tests. And again, this is just one of the more reasons why it's like, who in the world still believes this? Like, who in the world still believes this? So again, um, they say in week 51, the CDC and their monitoring systems, 36 flu tests were documented. This marks a steep decrease from last year's total of 7,703. So again, who actually still believes that the virus numbers are credible? Like, who actually still believes that they're credible? I mean, the scary thing is most people. The scary thing is most people. But again, when you hear stuff like this is not possible. I don't believe that it's possible. And again, the one thing they say is, oh, it's because of the mask mandates and the other restrictions. Well, okay, well, if the mask mandates are working so well, again, I don't even know why we have to go over this. You think a 5-year-old would be able to point this out, but I guess not. If the mask mandates are doing so much to help with the flu, then why are they doing nothing with the virus? Again, like, you think a 5-year-old would be able to put two and two together on that one, but again, most of the general population doesn't seem to be able to for whatever reason. Um, but again, like I pointed out, like, who actually still thinks that the virus numbers are credible? Like, who actually still thinks they're credible? Like, um, I don't know why more and more people can't um, put two and two together on this one and be like, hey, something clearly doesn't add up here. Like, something clearly doesn't add up here. It really just boggles my mind. Another interesting thing here from Alexander Cortez saying something about this does not add up to me, and he has two pictures basically saying, okay, the picture's not going to load, but anyway, it's basically saying people who are overweight are more likely to be susceptible to the virus, and then you have these, you're healthy at any body weight, fat pride garbage, right? And that's one of the this is just another reason why I don't take any of these people seriously, because again, the same people that it's like, oh, stay home, save lives, are the same people that think this stuff, right? They're these crazy, usually leftists, or they're the people that are promoting this. They're the ones that are promoting, oh, you can be healthy at any weight. It doesn't matter what you have. You're healthy as long as you think you're healthy. You're healthy. Heart disease is a social construct. Hypertension is a social construct, right? This is what these people believe. People think that I'm being hyperbolic. No, this is what a lot of these people believe. And the reason they believe it is because no one's, well, at least no one in their own tribe is willing to call them out, right? No one's willing to call them out. And that's why we're seeing stuff like this. And this is, like I say, the other reason why I don't give these people any credibility. Like, these people that say, well, we got to stay home and save lives, the people that are lecturing you got to wear a mask to keep people healthy. And, buddy over here is 300 pounds and buddy over here is, smoking, like, oh yeah, you tell me more about how, unhealthy I am by not wearing a mask, but yet you're ignoring the obese guy and the guy who smokes a pack a day. Like we live in absolutely insane times right now, like absolutely insane times. Like, you couldn't make this stuff up prior to this. Like, you couldn't make up just how crazy this stuff was prior to it. The last thing I wanted to bring up from Paul Mitchell here saying Alberta Pizza Shop shut down after inspector finds management feeding laid off staff. Another disgusting moment in the in the complete destruction of Alberta, brought to you by Jason Kenney, Nenshi, and Hinshaw. Again, like, these people are just pieces of garbage. Again, I don't even care what side of the aisle they're on. I've pointed out that out a million times. I've been probably I have been more critical of people like Doug Ford and Jason Kenney than I have been Justin Trudeau throughout this whole situation, even though objectively Justin Trudeau is more responsible for the problem getting out of hand than either of those two people, and not to mention Justin Trudeau's the one that's responsible for getting the vaccine in here. I find it very funny that whenever Jason Kenney posts an update about the vaccine, he gets raked over the coals by all these idiot leftists, even though they've administered the vast majority of them already. And then now the one big thing is too, well, why would you give out all the doses of the vaccine when you know people have to be, uh, jabbed twice? Well, and this was a doctor who posted this too. Like, how stupid can you be? For the simple reason that, do you honestly think that we're not going to get another shipment? We're going to get one shipment of vaccines and that's all you get. Like, how stupid can you be, buddy? Like, seriously, how stupid can you be? Like, you're a doctor. You think you'd be able to figure this stuff out. But anyway, like I say, like these people are either incredibly ignorant or incredibly evil. Honestly, without knowing them, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. The people at the tippy top, I usually lean with evil, and the people that are below them, I usually lean with ignorant. But it could be either one. It could be either one. But anyway, like I say, this is just disgusting. That this is where we're at these days. Like, this is where we're at these days, and it's it's very crazy. Like, I just don't understand how so many people can see this stuff and just not even care. Like, not even care. I don't know how so many people can do that. But anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about today. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. If you haven't already, make sure you check out those links below. Follow me on those other platforms. Again, YouTube, Twitter are cracking down. So again, make sure you check me out on those other platforms. If you want to donate, you can do that as well. Again, I would very much appreciate that as well. But like I say, check out those links. Stay tuned for more and have a good day.